are you?
Yeah,
Yes, and you are so well spoken. So you're on holidays now? School is out.
yeah. Today's Saturday. On Monday is PA.
About you, Fife?
Good afternoon or evening, everyone. My name is Fife. I'm 11 years old and I'm a Nigerian, but I live in.
Good. How long have you been in Cape Town?
Cape Town. All my
Cape Town to you?
my favorite thing about Cape Town, it's either the beach or waterfront.
You know what? I'm gonna see you because I like the beach and the waterfront too. Are you a good swimmer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you can help save me then. I can swim, but not that well. Not that well. Funny Kimmy, what do you like best about Canada?
I like the nice friends, and also I like the schools.
Okay, that is wonderful. And let's see,
Also,
we've got, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to say I have a sister. Her name is Itunu Idowu, and she's in the middle.
Itunu, how are you? Are we going to see you?
Itunu.
We are waiting for you.
Since she has such presence of mind that she muted, so that is amazing. You people are so much more sophisticated than I was. Of course, we didn't have Zoom when I was your age. Let's see. How about let's hear from Munachi. Munachi, how are you? Munachi, can you unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Muna Chiobi, and I'm 11 years old from Lagos, Nigeria.
Goodness. And what do you like best about being in Lagos?
The beautiful places and the schools.
Okay, okay, that is wonderful. What's your favorite subject?
English.
All right. Well, I like to hear that. Maybe you'll be writing for us or something. Is Itunu here yet? While we wait for her, let's hear from and Ruhama. I hope I'm saying your name right. Ruhama, how are you?
Hey, yes, I am
Hello,
here.
everyone. I'm Ruhema.
Ruhima. Okay.
Ruhema.
Ruhama. Got it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are.
Okay, I'm from Ghana and I used to be in Accra at first, the capital city, but now I'm in Kumasi, the second capital of Ghana. And I live with my mom and my dad and practically a bit of my extended family. I'm currently writing my IGCSE, which ends on Wednesday. And you probably ask about my favorite subjects, which is literature and English. I really detest math because it's very difficult. But nonetheless, I love Ghana because there's a lot of friendliness among the people and the hospitality is amazing. The beaches isn't really nice, but it's fun because the people there make it fun. Plus, everyone in Ghana is so friendly. They attend to people just like they've been with them their whole life. And that is something I really love about Ghana.
This is amazing. First of all of you are so well spoken. This is amazing. So, Ruhama, you said, am I saying it right now, Ruhama?
Yes, please, Rahima. Thank you.
Ruhama. Okay. Um, so you said you detest math. I have to ask you this question. And by the way, I was an English major. I was an English and political science major in college. So I get what you're saying. But let me ask you this question. Do you know where math originated?
I think from Africa,
You would be
if I'm not
right.
wrong. If I'm
You
not
would be
wrong, I
right.
probably think Mali, leading to the king, I forgot, Mansa Musa. I'm sure it derived probably around that time if my research is right.
Your research is partially right. It actually predates Mansa Musa. We can go all the way back to, have you heard of Kemet, now known as Egypt, with the
Can you repeat what
pyramids?
you said, please?
I said, have you heard of Kemet, now known as Egypt?
I have.
Yes, so math actually goes all the way back. And then we had the Greeks come to Egypt to learn. And so when you hear about things like the Pythagoras theorem, they actually got that information from the original Africans in Kemet. And then they just put their names on all of the stuff and everything. So even when we talk about cesarean sections, the first cesarean section was in Egypt when it was called Kemet. So all of us, even if math is not our favorite subject, we need to know that reading, writing, agriculture, math, all of that actually started with Black people. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're better than anybody else, but it's just knowing the history. But thank you so much for sharing. And I see that Itino said that she's here now. Itino, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi. Sorry for taking long. My name is. I am talking. My name is Itunu. I am 11 years old and I'm turning 12 this year. I am the oldest of the siblings. I like running and making new friends. I am from Nigeria, but I came to Canada with my family. Well,
Thank you for joining. And it looks like you're the oldest, but your younger sister tries to boss you around. Is that true?
yes.
Hey, I'm one of 7 children, so I know how that works. But thank you so much for joining. And Adebusayo, how are you? You were just on the screen, and
I'm
now
fine.
I see this avatar or something. What is this? Is this your favorite character? Introduce yourself and tell us how old you are.
My name is Adebusayo Adebaju. I am 12 years old and I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
Welcome. So tell me about the image we're seeing on your screen. Who is that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. And let's see. It's hard for me to tell all who are kids. Let's try Kate. Kate, how are you?
Hello. My name is OC Asarjan is my full name. I'm from like Joliet, Illinois, and my parents are Nigerian, and my favorite subject in school is English, and I'm 14 years old.
Well, pleased to meet you. So, Osi, are you going into middle? Well, no, middle school. So, are you what? Seventh grade, eighth grade? What grade are you in?
I'm going into my sophomore year of high
You're
school.
going into your sophomore year in high school?
Yeah.
How did you skip so many grades?
I'm just pretty young, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and pretty smart. Because let me see, my son is 15 and he's going into the 11th grade. So yeah, you skipped at least one grade. Wow. Well, congratulations. Wait a second. I'm hearing all this English, English, English. So put in the chat if you speak another language besides English. Just curious. And then, hey, Ibita, how are you, beautiful girl? Are you on here? Yes, you are. Can you show us your camera? Are you in a place where you can turn on your camera? Fife speaks French as well. Let me tell you, this generation is on fire. You hear me? You guys are on fire. I'm ridiculously excited right now. Hi, Ibita. I haven't seen you in so long. Tell us about yourself. Tell us where you are. You're muted. You're muted. You're talking, but you're muted.
I'm Ibtihal. I'm from Morocco. And what else should I say?
Tell us what you like to do and tell us how many languages you speak.
I speak 4 languages.
Okay, and what are the languages that you speak?
I can speak 2 types of Arabic, French, and English.
Absolutely. And you are how old now? 10?
I'm 11.
11. Did I
What?
miss your birthday?
Yeah, I think so.
So sorry.
Last week.
Last week I missed your birthday. Oh my goodness. I have to make that up. So you all, I met Ibtal in Morocco in Rabat because my daughter was doing a study abroad program and her parents, her family allowed my daughter to live with them for months. And so I went to Morocco to visit. And so I don't care what her mother says, this is now my adopted daughter as well. And I was just blown away because me and her mother don't speak the same languages. And she was interpreting everything. She could interpret from this language to that language to that language. And at the time that I met her, you were 9. So, oh my goodness. Well, thank you for joining us. Okay, who else am I missing? Who have I not spoken with yet? I just saw, was it Queen? Queen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Queen S, go ahead.
My name is Sarah Adebaju.
Yeah.
My name is Sarah Adebaju and I'm 8 years old.
Old. Okay, and where do you live?
I live in Nigeria,
Where in Nigeria?
Lagos.
I think is your mother on here? Do we know your mother?
Yes.
Who's your mother?
Odunayo Adebaju.
Yeah. And actually, for everyone on here, her mother was the one who really made all of this possible. There are 3 of us who are working on this. Myself, Miss Shaquila, who I'm going to ask to introduce herself shortly, and of course, Mrs. Adebaju. But she did a lot of the heavy lifting. So once we get everybody in here, really a lot of the thanks goes to her. The rest of us played some role, but a lot of the thanks goes to her. Thank you, Queen. No, you did not introduce yourself as Queen. What was the name you gave us?
Simisala Adebaju.
Simasala. All right. And Ruhema says, I speak Twi and I'm an intermediate French speaker who's still learning because my dad is Francophone. Listen, you all are making me set new goals. Like I've been saying, I need to learn another language. and I just haven't put the time in. Discipline is very important, but it's so necessary for us to be multilingual because then you can just communicate with everybody all over the world. Ms. Shaquilla, do you want to say anything?
Well, I guess I introduced myself. I'm Shaquala. One of the hosts and coordinators for this program. I thank you all for coming. Glad to see your beautiful faces today, and hope you enjoy the program.
Thank you. Thank you for all your work behind the scenes as well, all the ideas to make this happen. And we have some volunteers in the house. I see Shanice, I see Lois, I see two Shaquillas. So they're different. What? No? Yes?
Yeah, what happened was my computer was acting up, so I had to log on to another one. And on the other one, I'm co-host, so I don't want to log out of it.
Thank you. Let's make you co-host on this one. Let's see if I can do that. I can't do that. So maybe Dwyer, you can do that. And Lois, would you like to introduce yourself? You're muted.
Okay. Hello, Coach Aya. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to be here. I'm Lois Awogan. I'm tuning in from Nigeria. It's wonderful to meet you girls. I can't wait for the program to start. Once again, I'm happy to be here as a volunteer. Thank you for this opportunity.
You are so beautiful. You have one of those voices that just make you want to just smile.
Yes, I was just smiling all the way too.
You're just like, she can come and sing to me. Can you sing? You sound like you sing well.
Yes, I sing.
Yeah, I can tell. It's like, yeah. That's
Thank you
beautiful.
so much.
What a gift. What a gift. Thank you. Thank you
you.
so much for your time as well and for pouring into these young girls. How
Thank
about you, Miss Shanice?
Hello, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. Good day to everyone, the organizers and to the girls. Hope you're doing well. My name is Shanice Muzarengwa, originally from Zimbabwe, but currently staying in South Africa, Johannesburg.
Johannesburg in South Africa. That is amazing. Thank you so much again for joining. I'm taking notes because as soon as I get my money together, I am calling people and I'm like, I'm in your town. Can I see you? Show me around. Tell me all the history over there. Huh?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Thank you
That
for
would
this
be.
opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we will go to the hostess with the mostest. You're still muted. Super O, we're waiting on you.
Oh, I didn't know. You have added a new title to my title.
Yes,
So
yes, I have.
it's all right. So I feel so excited. I'm being in the same room with amazing people. I am overwhelmed with joy at the moment, the smiles, the beautiful faces, the connection has just been beautiful for me. And I can't wait for the fall. I in short, I can't wait for all of this, to just evolve every step of the way. So thank you everyone, Fadikemi. Thank you. Thank you, Itono. Thank you, Rohama. I hope I got that right.
Ruhima.
Ruhima. Yes,
Ruhima.
Rifefoluwa.
Yes, yeah.
Kate, our volunteers, Oyidamola and we are supposed to start by 4, but you're just so amazing and you're up earlier than we planned. And we love to share this space with you. Thank you very much. Coach Haya, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Shikila, I
I'm
love you
wearing I'm
too.
wearing the
Yes,
outfit that you
yes.
gave me.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Thank you very much. And I know that it's going to be an amazing time here with everyone, even as we expect some more people to join us. So thank you, Ma. We hand over to you again. Then the people that are in Cape Town, I was in Cape Town 2013. I don't know when I'm coming back. I was in
I'm going.
Ghana. I was in Ghana 2010, thereabouts, but I would also save my money again so that I can come back to visit these wonderful people. So thank you very much.
This is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question of everyone in the group while we wait for the others to join because you all, I can already tell, you are the super achievers. You like here really early. Um, She said, Rahima says it would be lovely to have both hosts. And listen, I'm going to try and make it happen. I'm going to try and stay in contact with y'all. So in the chat, or if you want to unmute and share, tell us why you decided to be part of this program. I know some of you got invited. I know some of you, your parents probably said, I don't care what you're doing, you're going to be a part of this. But tell us why you decided to be part of this. Just honestly. Yes, Rahima, go ahead.
Yeah, I decided to be part of the program because, first of all, I believe in femininity and women getting together and uplifting each other. Also, I have decided to start a foundation in the few months to come for dyslexic students and people with dyslexia, and also uplifting women in the rural areas in Ghana. Please excuse the noise in the background. I'm not home right now. Plus, I believe that we as women should stand together, be the best that we are, especially with how the world is moving. We are in the time where mostly they are saying there's little women in this field, in the engineering field, in the law field, da 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 da. And I believe that as women, we have to get up, stand up, and be better than it was in the olden times. We have to move with how the world is changing. And I believe joining this program will teach me and the beautiful ladies on the platform how to be the best that we can. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a change in plans. We are going to make Ruhema in charge of this program and she can run it because
Thank you very much. That is
oh my
lovely.
goodness. I am blown away. I will donate to your campaign to be the next president of Ghana. No, listen, this is amazing. Everything that you just shared. And, when you talk about dyslexia, what made you interested in that particular group, in that particular topic?
Yes. So when I was in sixth grade, we were two girls in my class. I was introduced to the Cambridge curriculum then when I was in sixth grade. So at first I was studying the Ghanaian curriculum, and then I got changed to the Cambridge curriculum. And then we were two girls, and we were both very good in English language. So we were introduced to the Ghana National Spelling Bee then. I think it was about 2 to 3 years ago. And on my first try, I was able to get to the national finals. But I wasn't first, but I think I was part of the top 30. And I was able to make it to the national finals for 3 consecutive years. And at the end of the third time of being at the national finals, I was interviewed by a local TV station, and they asked me a simple question, which was, what's next for me? But before I got to have that interview, a lot of people saw me that day and were very inspired by me. I was very shocked, and I almost cried because it was unreal to have parents coming to you asking you, are you Rahima? What you did up there is amazing. My child is looking up to you. I felt amazing. So when I was being interviewed, the interviewer asked me what's next for me, and I told him I don't really know what's next for me, but what I do know is that I want children that can't speak the English language, children who can't read, children who are having special challenges to be able to feel and see the beauty of the English language and literacy. So in a few years' time, I would be starting a foundation to talk about dyslexia, because it is a topic in Ghana where people really don't look at. We are mostly focusing on the trends and what doesn't really matter. And there are some parents who don't see how children are struggling and they barely know about dyslexia. And I believe that by starting this foundation, it would show awareness. People would get to know about it. And then these children who are struggling with this special deficiency would be heard, and it would bring a change to the Ghana education services, and children will have the ability to understand the English language, understand any subject that they're trying to study and they find difficulty in. Thank you very much.
Okay, so if you guys see like a fly into my mouth, that is because every time this young lady speaks, all I want to do is I'm so astonished. How incredibly thoughtful, caring, compassionate of you. You are simply brilliant. And yes, the parents who came up to you are right, and all of us in here, I know, are inspired. So one of the things that we will do in this space is, I was sharing this with the volunteers. When we think a compliment, we're going to share the compliment. So feel free in the chat as people are sharing to just affirm who they are. This is amazing. And Ruhaima, this particular topic is near and dear to my heart because my mother is dyslexic. She did not find out until she was working on her PhD. Her whole life, she just kind of struggled and just thought, well, it just takes a little extra time. And then she only found out she was dyslexic because my brother was diagnosed as being dyslexic. And she was like, wait a second, if that's what he has, that's what I struggle with as well. But she didn't let that stop her. And like I said, today she has her PhD. She's 81 and she lives in Nigeria. So Ruhaima, maybe I'll connect you all and she can assist.
That would be lovely, Miss
from a
Aya.
grandmother
I was about to ask
perspective.
you to do that. Thank you very much, Miss Aya.
Wow, this is awesome. Let me see what Fife said. She said, I decided to be part of this because I believe in feminism. Okay, so listen, when I was your age, I didn't even know that word, let alone be able to spell it. And I want to get a new experience by meeting new people and learning about my importance as a girl or a woman. Monakshi says, I want to learn more. You all are blowing my mind already. Anybody else who would like to share why they decided to be part of this, either as a participant, definitely volunteers. Feel free to put your comments in the chat as well, or you can unmute. We're just giving some time before we officially get started again here. Wow, blown away, blown away. So while we're waiting on some comments, I will tell you that the reason, if thou says, I want to be a real little woman, that's right. Because you are, and you are phenomenal. You are phenomenal already. So we conceived of this program because there were a group of us women who joined a book club, something of that nature. It's a book that I wrote called Your Self-Love Revolution. And I wrote that book after the death of my brother, which was just so shocking to my spirit. And I feel like it sent me into a tailspin, and I needed to like reconfigure and understand again my life, my purpose. Okay, we're going to mute. If you're not speaking, we're going to ask you to mute. There we go. And so I wanted to like reconnect to my purpose again. I wanted to live a joyful life. I wanted to feel love and light in my body, in my heart, in my soul, regardless of what people around me were doing. I wanted to reclaim my confidence to go out into the world and to be all the things that I know I could be, right? Just like Rahema was talking about, that there's so many areas where there are no women, or women are being told to stay out of those areas or being restricted. And after I wrote the book, I decided obviously to share it with people. And there were a group of women and some men who came together. And every day for 30 days, every morning for 30 days, we would work through each chapter, just discovering ourselves. And so as we talked through this, and these were women who were in their 30s, 40s, 50s. We even had some women in their 60s and some men as well, as I said. The recurring theme was, oh my goodness, I wish I had known some of this when I was younger. I wish I had learned this about myself when I was younger. I wish I had gotten the support that I needed at a different time. I wish I didn't let certain things affect me the way they did. And so some of the women in the group said, we should really do a version of this for our younger, sisters and daughters and just the young girls out there. And that's how this all started. And we decided we're just going to put it out and see who is interested and who joins. Um, if Tal says, I have the book, yes, you do. And so this is where we are today. And this is so amazing. So it is 2 minutes to when we were officially supposed to start. So we're going to go back to the beginning and play some music. We'll play maybe 2 songs, and then we're going to just jump right in. And I want to thank all of you for joining early. Our goal is to start on time, so that we can be mindful of your day and your time. But we're really, really, really thrilled that you are all here. And we have no doubt that you are going to gain a lot from this, not because of just what we offer, but because of what you're going to share amongst yourselves, because it's already clear you are amazing young women. So we'll go ahead and start with the music. We'll play 2 songs, and then we'll get right into our session today.
Um,
Father Kemi, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say, that are we ready for the people to join in?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we are.
thank you for the information.
So they're so polite. Oh my goodness. We can't hear it. You're dancing, but we can't hear it. Yeah, we still can't hear it. We still can't hear the music.
Did you hear the song?
No.
Oh my God.
Hear you. I can't hear you.
Yes, the music is not on yet. Let's see if we can get that remedied.
No, it's me because I was mute that time.
Coach Aya, please go ahead. I don't know why I'm hearing the sound from here, but it's not coming through. Let's just
Okay,
go
no
ahead,
problem.
please. Sorry.
No problem. I will go ahead and get started. So for those of you who were here at much earlier, you just saw this video, but we're going to start the video again. And if everyone can just pay attention to the screen and really,
Also,
really looking at what you see. Yes, Parakemi, go ahead.
when I first watched the video, I was learning about that in my science class. I was learning that in my science class in school, like how butterflies emerge into butterflies. And yeah,
Yes.
I learned about it.
That is awesome. So we're going to share that with everybody else. And I'm going to do a little presentation for you all. And then we're going to have a time for us to all have a conversation. So hold tight and I'll share my screen.
Go down. Can you still hear me? Welcome to the Butterfly Bloomers. This is an incredible space. It's going to be an amazing 4 weeks that we get to spend together. My name is Aya Kubara Eneli. I am an attorney. I'm also an author. I'm a wife. I'm a mother of 5 children. And let's see. I love to garden. I love butterflies. I love the fact that we need bees and butterflies to just live. Some of you may already have information about this, but when we when we were thinking about this program and what to name it, we were thinking about the stages that we go through from when the egg is first fertilized as human beings and as we evolve as young people. Please mute your mics. When you come in, please mute your mic so we will hit that button where we mute everybody. we thought about the metamorphoses that young people go through, and we're going to specifically talk about women, that girls go through to become women, and what that metamorphosis looks like. And of course, in trying to bring a visual, we thought about the butterfly and the butterfly journey. And so every week for the next 4 weeks that we're going to spend together, we're going to be talking about a different part of this journey that we go on, similarly to the journey the butterfly goes on. And as you all may have already learned about, we know that the butterfly starts as this egg, then the caterpillar. If any of you have ever had a garden, you know that these caterpillars are incredibly destructive. They can eat a whole plant in like a couple of days, but they need all of that energy. They're feeding, and what they feed on makes all the difference in terms of how healthy they are, right? And then they get big enough, and then they go into the next stage. Some people call it the pupa, the chrysalis stage. And at that point, of course, they're just hanging there, and they're really vulnerable, completely encased, not seeing light and things of that nature. And as we talk about the journey we go on, there may be times in your life where you're feeling, oh my God, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on, what's happening to me, where it might feel isolating. And you might want to break out prematurely from that stage. But if you do that, you're actually going to cause problems in your life. So if the butterfly doesn't go through all the phases, it can't not become a butterfly. So that's just part of what we want you to kind of have in the back of your mind as we get started. You can go to the next slide, please. Thank you. So some housekeeping rules for everybody. Keep your camera on and dress appropriately if you can. I know sometimes, depending on what is happening in your family or where you are, it might not be you might not want to keep your camera on, but we do want to get to know each other, right? And it's hard to get to know each other just from a name. It's almost like you see that face and you can read body language and so on and so forth. Mute your mic when not speaking, unmute when it's your turn. You can also raise your hand if you want to speak and indicate that you want to unmute to speak. Be respectful in speech, chat, and in body language. So if someone says something you don't agree with and you're on camera, don't just start going, I can't believe, that kind of stuff. This is a completely positive space where we want everybody to be able to open up and speak freely, but respectfully, right? Same thing in the chat. If I disagree with what someone says, I can say, hey, I see it a different way. I don't have to say, you are a liar, that kind of thing. We don't need that. Join on time and stay focused. So some of you got in super early, so early that I thought we were running late because I was like, oh, they're here already. Let's get started. So we thank you for that. We're going to try and keep this to an hour, but it really helps if people are here on time, then we can end on time. And then I feel like I don't even have to say this part so far. Participate actively in chats, discussion, and when we have the breakout rooms, participate in those as well. Let me tell you, you all are so amazing. And for those of you who came in early, the participation has already blown my mind. And so I'm really looking forward to what we all get to share. Next slide, please. So, I'm going to take a deep breath here because I want you to take a deep breath with me. Sometimes when we're in school or in learning mode, it just seems like we're just pouring things at people, but we're not necessarily taking it all in. And what I want us to do as you hear my voice, as you see the words on the screen, is I want you to really just, to the extent that you can, just go inside of you and see, what does this feel like on the inside of you? So how does it feel when I say to you, you are full of purpose and potential? You are full of purpose and potential. No matter how old you are, there have been times when either someone tried to tell you that you weren't good enough, or someone, or you saw someone telling somebody else they weren't good enough, and it made you kind of wonder, can I speak up? Should I be quiet? Because I don't want to be targeted. You may even be in a household where sometimes someone has told you, oh, you can't do this, and you're not able to do this, and you're too young, or you're too stupid. We like to tell young people that they don't know enough yet. They haven't lived enough. But I want to say to everyone, my younger sisters, my daughters who are here, and to even all the volunteers, the adults, because we need to hear this too. You are full of purpose and potential. See, when we see that caterpillar, when we see that butterfly egg, of course, it's not a butterfly egg, a butterfly yet. When we see the egg, it might not look like much. When I see them, please mute. When I see them on my cabbage plants, they love to eat my cabbage plants. They just look like little black dots. If you're not paying attention, you might not even realize what it is. But you know that within that egg, however minuscule it looks, however small, however insignificant it might appear, it already has everything it needs to become a butterfly. So each and every one of us, you already have everything that you need inside of you to become everything that God has created you to be. The only other part of it is, one, if you believe it, and two, if you're willing to do the work, to discipline yourself to fulfill your potential. So you're already full of your purpose and potential, but then there's a part of what you need to do to fulfill it, right? You're already intelligent, but you've got to read. You have to study. You have to pay attention. You have to engage in things for you to really develop it. I already have muscles, but if I want to get stronger, I have to go and lift the weights. I have to go and run. I have to do the things. I have to eat properly so that I can fulfill that potential that is already in me. Right? So all of us have hidden talents. We have dreams. We have strengths. Some of them you know, some of them you don't know. But I want you to start thinking in your mind, what is it that I have that I may not even be using yet, that I may not even be admitting to myself? And you can also ask the question, what is it that I already have that I am using? Right? Because when you start to see who you truly are, that's where you unlock your potential. Now, many of you seem to have a background in Africa. We didn't necessarily choose it that way, but sometimes when people see pictures, then they're like, okay, this applies to me, and sometimes they think it doesn't apply to them. So we're grateful for everybody who's here. But the question is, how do you truly see yourself? Given the group that I'm speaking to, we have all of these images that we get about what beautiful looks like, what color is beautiful, what type of hair is beautiful, if you speak a certain way, does that show you're intelligent or not? And sometimes when you feel you don't fit into whatever those groups are, you silence yourself. You're not as outgoing. You don't raise your hand in class. You don't volunteer to do things because you're afraid. What if people think that I'm not enough? But that is really us buying into what other people are saying and not realizing what our potential is. Now, some of you are really young, 7, 8 years old in this group. And so you might at this point be going, I'm not really sure what she's talking about. And what I'm going to say is just keep listening, because there's going to be something that makes sense to you. Maybe there was a time when you tried to play soccer or any sport and someone said, oh, she's not good. And then you stopped trying. But if you talk to any major athlete in the world, they will tell you they had to practice. Like nobody just came out of the womb and was perfect immediately. If you talk to any singer in the world, if you talk to any writer in the world, they're going to tell you that there was a process that they had to go through to really tap into their potential, to really live out their purpose. So I have a question for you. I would love for you to respond in the chat if you can. What makes you unique? What do you think is inside of you that is just waiting to grow? You know, when I was, no, don't talk at this time. Just go ahead and type it in. We're going to have a part. I love it though. We're going to have a part where we're going to open it up for you guys to talk. I'm so excited that you have a voice and you want to use it. Thank you so much. I'm looking in the chat. I'm kind. Munachi, that is so amazing. Yes, because kindness is not so common anymore, unfortunately. There's a process to tap into your potential. My body shape. Imagine that. We're going to talk more about that as we go through these 4 weeks together. Myself and my intelligence. Hold on to that. Hold on to that understanding that you are absolutely intelligent. And let me see. I'm intelligent and kind and have an hourglass figure. Let me tell you this thing about bodies and how we look, so amazing. And I might tell you guys a story if we have time. If we have time, someone put it in the chat. Ask me to tell you the story about hands. And I will go through that really quickly and we'll tie it into this whole body shape. Okay, go to the next slide, please. So when we talk about purpose and potential, it really starts with knowing what your purpose is so that you can fall in love with yourself.
What? That's so.
Yes, Kemi, go ahead and mute. Because oftentimes, aren't we looking for somebody else to love us? Aren't we looking for someone else to tell us, oh, you're intelligent, oh, you're smart, oh, you're pretty, oh, you're fast, oh, you're good at math, or you're good at English, oh, you have potential. We're waiting for other people to tell us that, right? And for some of us, when we don't hear it, we kind of assume, well, maybe I don't have it. Let's see. Ngozi says, I'm caring and loving. I love helping people. I love to be happy. These are so beautiful to read. Absolutely, absolutely. So there is a connection between purpose and self-love. I got to a point, and of course, I'm way older than you all, but I do have children. You're some of your ages and some of them older. But I got to a point where it's like, if I don't know who I am, it's going to be hard for me to love myself. You know, have you ever seen a thing, you know, and you pick it up and you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know what this is. What does it do? And if you can't figure out what it does, what do? You kind of toss it to the side. It feels useless to you, right? But if on the other hand, you picked it up and you're like, oh my God, this is an iPhone 16. It's the latest. It has this, it has this, it has this, it has that. All of a sudden now you want to hold it tight, you want to take care of it, you know where it is at all times. But if you were talking to someone who had never seen a phone before and they pick it up and they look at it and they're like, what does this thing do? And oh, I'll just use it to kill a fly. I'll just use it to stop, you know, hold the door open, because you don't know your purpose yet. And so the more you know what your purpose is, the more you can love yourself. And we can't do it all in 1 hour. But what we're trying to do today is plant seeds to get you to start really thinking, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What am I put here on earth to do? And I will tell you that one of the ways to figure that out is to see what brings me joy. What makes me sad? So earlier we heard from Ruhema, and she was like, I see people who are struggling with their literacy. And obviously that makes her feel sad and she wants to do something about it. She is, through that process, figuring out what her purpose is going to be. So once you start to get a sense of, oh, I'm good with music, I can sing and put smiles on people's faces. Oh my goodness, I'm great at cooking. I'm great I'm the one who, when people are having arguments or quarreling, I'm the one who can bring people together. I'm the peacemaker. I'm the one who resolves conflicts. You start to understand your importance, and it makes it easier for you to love yourself. No matter if you're in a home where people are not treating you well, where people are beating you, where people are putting you down, you can still in your mind know, oh no, I'm going to keep working to be a better version of myself because I have purpose. So when you love yourself, when you know you have that purpose, you start to love yourself at a whole different level. And when you love yourself, you start to believe that you matter and that your life has meaning. And that means that no matter what challenges get thrown at you, you don't give up. You keep going, because there's something I used to tell my children. I would tell them, quitters never win and winners never quit. You just keep going. You may fall down, but you get up and you keep going. Loving yourself means accepting who you are and trusting that your journey is unique. Just like every butterfly has its own pattern and path. I encourage you to go learn about butterflies and realize that when we see the patterns on their wings, they're all unique. We all have unique fingerprints. We all have unique DNA. So even when we talk about body shape, let me ask you, you may know these people, you may not know these people. Has anyone ever heard of Simone Biles? Put it in the chat if you've heard of Simone Biles. She's a gymnast. Okay. Now, has anyone ever heard of, oh, this may have been before your time, but there was a basketball player called Leslie. What was Leslie's last name? But she was really tall. She's a woman and she's like 6'4", 6'5". So let me ask you this. If Simone Biles looked at her body and said, oh, I don't have a body shape, can't do anything with this because I don't look like Lisa Leslie. I'm not 6'5". I think Simone Biles may be 4'8", something like that. She would totally have missed out on her purpose and the gift God gave her. Because Simone Biles, being the size that she is, allows her to do those tumbles and all those gymnastic amazing things where she set all these records. If she was 6'5", she could not do all of that. At the same token, Lisa Leslie, who is that tall, cannot be a gymnast like Simone Biles. But Simone Biles cannot be the kind of basketball player that Lisa Leslie was. Now, each of them could have said, I hate my body shape, because I bet you they both got bullied. Lisa got bullied because she was so tall, and Simone probably got bullied because it's like, are you ever going to grow? When each person embraces who they are made to be, they find the strength in how they are. So I don't have to look at anybody and say, oh, her body's better than mine. No, I just have to figure out what this body that I have can do. And I guarantee you there are things this body can do when I develop it that other body can't do. And there are things that other body can do that I can't do. So we don't need to be comparing ourselves. Another lesson I would tell my children is comparison always brings drama for you. Why? When you compare yourself to other people, I'm not saying don't be good. I'm not saying don't be inspired by people. But when you're constantly looking and saying, oh, she's prettier, or she's smarter, she's that. There are a couple of things that happen when you compare. Either you start feeling depressed and feeling down because you think you're less than. And when you think you're less than, you become less than. Or you start to be very prideful. Oh, I'm so much better than everybody else. And let me tell you what, pride goes before a fall. And you're not going to have a lot of people who support you and love you because you like to make other people feel bad, right? When you love yourself, you stop looking for permission to be great. You step into your purpose with confidence. You have that teacher who says, oh, you can't do this. You don't argue with them, you show them, right? And then getting clarity on your purpose by crafting a purpose statement, which this will come later down the line. We're just getting started, but we want you all to really start thinking about how amazing you are and also helping other people around you to feel amazing. Next slide. So at this time, what we're going to do, I'm going to look through this chat really quickly. And let me see how many people do we have all together. You know what? So I'm wondering if we shouldn't just all stay in the same room instead of the breakouts today. Okay, we'll do that. Let me see what some of you have put in the chat.
Some said, okay. Oh, Nazi said my intelligence and my strength. Let's see. And I've heard of Simone Biles. Yes, uniqueness, embrace your uniqueness, girls. Yes, comparison is a thief of joy. It is. Oh, they have a better house. Oh, they have, and then you're not even enjoying the fact that you do have a house. Oh, they're going here or they're eating this. And then all of a sudden you can't eat what is in front of you. Comparison always brings drama. Comparison kills passion and purpose. Yes. Um, Let's see. I just saw something. Comparison is a thief of joy. Girls, don't compare yourself to others. If anyone else says you can't, show them you can. It also makes you feel bad. And then when you love yourself, you stop looking for permission to be great. Step into your purpose with confidence. We're rooting for you. So at this time, we're going to stop sharing the screen, sharing the PowerPoint, and we just want to hear from you. What do you think is unique about you? And if you want to briefly, so everybody gets a chance to talk, when are times that you have experienced someone trying to tell you that you're not unique or that you are not great? Anybody, just you can raise your hand and then we'll call on you and you can unmute.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? What's your name? Because I know it's not Techno Cameron.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can we see your face? Are you able to show us your face?
The connection here is bad.
Totally understand. And thank you for joining. So introduce yourself.
My name is Oyinka Salah.
Oyinka Salah, how are you? And how old are you? And where are you? Where are you right now? What country? What state?
I'm at Nigeria currently.
And where in Nigeria?
Lagos.
Lagos. We got Lagos in the house for sure. So tell us, what did you want to share with us based on what I had shared earlier?
Respecting others and respecting yourself is very, very unique and
makes you boost your energy.
Yes, it like boosts your how am I going to put this? It boosts your intelligence and it makes you unique amongst others and make you see yourself as okay, yeah, I'm one kind of important person. So it like boosts your self-esteem and all of that.
Absolutely correct. How old are you?
I'm 14 years.
14 years. Let me tell you, you all are blowing my mind. You're so sophisticated, so mature. You're thinking at such a high level. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Ibtal, you said, I think you were saying that comparison makes you feel bad. Can you tell us more about that?
It kind of make you disappoint. Like, for example, she has something better than you, and then she said, "No, I will never have this thing." It's kind of make you disappoint.
Okay. And how do you think you can address that? Like when that happens, what do?
You can just sit down and tell yourself, okay, yeah, I can do better than that.
Absolutely. Self-talk and what we tell ourselves, very important. Did you want to say what you do to address that?
I want to...
Go ahead.
How many minutes? Do we have 1 hour to do this meeting?
So we have 30 more minutes.
Thank you.
You signed on early. So Ibita, go ahead. So anybody else, when you want to speak, just raise your hand so we give everybody a chance to talk. Ibita, how did you say you handle it when that happens, when you feel sad or disappointed? What do you do?
I would probably like, if this is another, if somebody is thinking that, oh my gosh, so better than me, but you are also thinking the same, but you don't know.
Okay, so that was Fatakemi who was speaking, and she said, you might be thinking this person is better than me, and at the same time, that person is thinking you're better than them.
Isn't that crazy? That happens so often. You know, you guys may have heard that the phrase, the grass is green on the other side, but you don't know what that person is really dealing with. Okay, so let Ibatal answer the question too. Go ahead, sweetheart. What were you about to say? Bless you. You have to unmute.
Yeah, you have to unmute. I was saying that also if someone is like, for example, like they both think that each one is better than the other, so what is the difference? Nothing. So we should never do that. Never. No one is better than us.
You. Bless you. That is absolutely right. All right. Anybody else who wants to share what you know is your uniqueness? Because we're not going to say what you think right now. We're going to just own it. What you know is your uniqueness, and then I have other questions that I want to ask you. And how do you what do you think about people comparing themselves to others, and how do you deal with that? Nazi says comparison makes you feel depressed. Hold on, put your hand up and then we'll call on you.
You know,
Edward?
when you compare yourself to others,
Go
when you're
ahead.
comparing yourself to others, you don't know whether, okay, I'm better than this person or you're not better than the other person. You know, you can actually have something in common with the person, or yours might be more than the person, but you feel downcasted, like low self-esteem feeling, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. And every single thing is making you feel, what is going on? What am I going to do? And all of that.
Comparison keeps us from coming together. It keeps us from working together. That person could actually be a great friend, or you could be a great friend to them, but because you are really jealous of one another, you don't come together, you don't work together. Okay, I have another question that I'm going to ask. What activities make you feel happy or excited? Fatakemi has her hand up. Go ahead.
The activity that makes me happy and excited is art, because when I paint, it's so fun, and mixing the colors together is really nice.
Okay, we have a picture in the house. I want to make sure that we give everybody a chance to speak. Okay, let's see. Adela, were you about to say something? Tell us your name and tell us where you are.
My name's Adela and I'm from Nigeria.
Where in Nigeria do you live?
Lagos.
Lagos. And how old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9 and so confident and beautiful. Thank you for that. Fife, anything that you want to say?
So, something that I like to do is in school, I like English, but in general, I like swimming and I like writing poetry and stories and stuff like that.
Your favorite poet? Do you have one?
Yes, she's a Nigerian poet called Havi.
Wow. That's fantastic. Let me see. Anifowose, am I saying your name right? Olamide or Emanuela? Which one should I call you, Emanuela? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Olamide and I'm in Nigeria, Lagos. You can call me Emanuela.
My sister name is also Emanuela.
Whose name is also Emanuela?
My sister's.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let me ask you this, Emanuela, do you at home, do they call you Olamide or do they call you Emanuela?
They call me Olamide.
Yes, that is I suspected. So a lot of times we may have the name that we're called at home and then the name that we're called outside of the house. All right,
Yes.
I'm seeing hands up, but I want to make sure that I get all the other people who have not said anything. Nazi, how are you? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Chinwa Anene. I'm 8 years old, 29 in November. I'm in Nigeria, Abuja.
You live in Abuja, and you said Chinua. Is that the first name?
Yes.
Chinua. How are you? Oh, wait a second. Like Chinua Achebe.
No,
Do you know who
Chinwe.
Chinwe. Chinwe. Okay, Chinwe. Okay. I thought you sounded it sounded like Chinua Achebe. And let me ask you this. How many of you, particularly those of you in Nigeria, how many of you know Chinua Achebe?
Me. I know.
Awesome. You should, especially if you like English. He was one of our most prolific writers. So let me ask this. I know there are hands up, and I'm going to come to you. If you could do anything tomorrow, what would it be and why? If you could do anything tomorrow, what could it be and why?
Helping others.
Okay. She said helping others. If Tal, you have your hand up, what would you do if you could do anything and why?
So tomorrow, if I can do anything, I would just go around the city and I would literally help everyone I saw in the street. And after all of that, I'd go to the beach. In my opinion, if I were to do anything tomorrow, I would like learn how to cook and give it out to people because people out there are suffering and stuff.
Goodness, that's from an 8-year-old. She said she will cook and go out and give it to people. Ibtal is also talking about going out into the streets and helping people. You guys have beautiful souls, beautiful spirits. And I think that many of us, when we're younger, we really are in tune with the world and with what we want to do. But then as we get older, it's like the world just changes it. We get into that, oh, I should just make money. I should just care about myself. But I hope that you keep this purpose in your hearts of making a difference in the world. Munachi, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
I would inspire the world.
You would. And what would you do to inspire the world?
By helping others.
And helping others. So let's ask you this, because so many of you are talking about the changes you want to see in the world, in your communities. What do you think the adults are not doing? When we talk about the stages of a butterfly and knowing yourself and loving yourself, and I believe when you love yourself, it's easier for you to love other people. What do you think? What would you like to tell the adults around you? Let's see what you guys come up with. Olamide, you have your hand up. You need to unmute. You have to unmute.
I'd like to tell them that they should share up because
Calm down. Wait.
because in Nigeria there's a lot of suffering because in Africa some of our leaders aren't that good. So I might tell most of the adults that they should cheer up and relax, that God will do it. So that God will do it, and that Nigeria can become a better country. I always think that Nigeria can become a better country if all of us just work together and reduce lower prices of things and try to make Nigeria a better country.
Wow. Thank you so much, Olamide, for sharing that. Thank you. How about you, Adela? You have your hand up?
I feel that I should tell the adults that they should start helping the poor since there are more people that are poor instead of rich people.
Thank you very much, Adela. How about you? Let's see. Next hand I see up. I see Ibital, go ahead. You need to unmute.
I feel like the
Hold on,
adult.
hold on. Let me call on you before you speak, okay? All right. Ibtal, if you can't unmute, let me go to Victoria, and then we'll come to Fatakemi, and then I think it was Olusanyo. I think that's what you said your name was because it's not showing up on the screen. So let's go to Victoria. Go ahead. So Victoria, we can't hear you. I don't see your not your camera, your microphone. Try again.
If I would say anything to the adults, I would tell them that they should try to inspire children, like try to inspire the young ones of now into doing good instead for like drawing them down. Because nowadays in Nigeria, the youths are like, sometimes when you're in school, they'll tell you like you're the future of tomorrow, but deep down, most of them don't actually encourage you. They will like bring your esteem down and make you feel like you're not meant for this and that. So I like to tell the adult like they should encourage the children into good deeds, and they should show good example, because anything children see you do nowadays, they want to copy and they want to follow. And if you don't follow, give them good example, you'll be expecting them to also be good, but they follow what they see.
So powerful. So for those of us adults who are here, we're hearing from our young people. They're saying, set the example for us and encourage us. Thank you so much. Victoria, before you go, tell us how old you are.
I'm 12.
Oh my goodness. I know I've said it so many times today. I'm blown away. You all are amazing. Fatakemi, you have your hand up, and then Ibital will come to you, and then we'll go back to, I think it's Olusanyo on techno. And then anyone else who hasn't spoken, I'm going to be calling on you, any of the young people who hasn't spoken. So go ahead, Fatakemi.
If I would say something to the adult, I would probably say that like they should inspire people and they should make Nigeria a better place because a lot of people are suffering like cancer and those stuff. So and they should make Nigeria like a better place. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Okay, Ibital, then Techno, Lusanya, I think, and then we'll go to Adebusayo, and then I have one last question for all of you. Go ahead.
So if I would say something to the adults, I would say leave some time for children to do what do they want just for 1 hour. For example, like sometimes I want to do something, but you have to do something before. So after you do what you have to do before, the adults have to leave some time for the children to do what do they want.
You know what? I felt that in my spirit that let us allow our children to be children, right? Let them have free time. Let them be able to think and be creative. If they want to write, if they want to play in the sand, if they want to paint, if they want to sing, if they want to do nothing, just giving them that free time instead of packing everything in all the time. You guys are so wise. Okay, who did I say was next? Techno, Sanyo, and then we're going to come to Adebusayo, and then I'm going to ask the next question. Go ahead. I don't see her anymore. Where are you? Okay, looks like she dropped off. Let's go to Adebusayo.
Okay, so if I could do anything I wanted to do tomorrow, I would like to fill bags with essentials, food, toiletries, things that I know people really need. and hand them out to communities, local schools, or orphanages.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. Again, I am simply blown away. So here's another question that I want to ask. So when you think about this journey of a butterfly and when you think about your life, and I know you're still young and it's like, I don't know if I'm even really thinking about all of that. What do you think you can do more of now or that you should start doing so that you are loving yourself and living out your purpose? I know that's kind of an advanced question, but I think that this group, you guys have proven that you are thinking at a very high level. So, what is it that you can start doing now to really love yourself more and to live out your purpose? So, what is it that you're already doing, but now you're going to commit to, I'm going to do more of this? Anybody, put your hand up and I'll call on you, but I'm also going to call on some people who haven't talked at all. So I see Olutosin, Ezinwa, Ngozi, Bright, um, Alyssa, and Angela. We want to hear from everybody because part of living out your purpose is using your voice, right? Because if you don't speak up, we don't know what you want and you can't make the changes you want in life. So we want to hear from everybody. I see Baby Fur. So yes, we want to hear from everybody. So who has their hands up? Let's see. I'm going to start with people who haven't spoken yet because I want to hear from all of you. So I'm going to pick. How about Ezinwa? Ezinwa, can you introduce yourself and tell us what is it that you can do now to be like, this is who I am as Ezinwa, and I'm going to do better at this thing because this is how I'm going to love myself more. What is it that you can do? Ezinwa, you'll need to unmute. Okay, while we're waiting for her, how about Ngozi? Are you there? We want to hear from you. We want you all to introduce yourselves.
Wait, no. Good evening.
Good evening. Ngozi, how are you?
I'm fine.
So tell us, where are you and how old are you?
I'm in South Africa and I'm 17.
Okay, so we're in South Africa because there are other people from South Africa here or in South Africa.
I'm from Eastern Cape.
Okay, who else said they were from Cape Town? Was it Fife? Yeah, so am I saying your name right? I am. Okay. So you guys might want to connect. You might even go to the same school. You don't know. Okay. So Ngozi, tell us, what is it that you could do more now to really be like, this is who I am. I'm going to build that part of me up, or something that you want to start?
What I did notice is that I do enjoy helping others, and also I do enjoy doing things like acts of service, even because I realized that that's what makes me happy as well. So things that I would like to do to work or move that forward is to volun enter into more volunteering activities whereby we're able to give more to the community without getting things in return. I do volunteer at school where I'm given opportunities to volunteer, and then also outside of school I do want to get involved in that as well.
Thank you, Ngozi. What a very thoughtful answer. Thank you very much for sharing that. Anybody else who wants to respond to that? Again, I'm trying to find people who have not spoken. Olutosin, do you want to say anything?
Good evening, ma.
Evening.
I'm Zion. I'm Zion, and I'm Zion Fashwe. I am from Nigeria currently in Lagos.
And how old are you?
I'm 10, going to 11 in the next few weeks.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday in advance. So, what is it that you can do now to live up to your full potential or your purpose?
So, I think what I can do now is to make sure I keep my environment clean, and help others to be, to be discovered themselves.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Olamide said, stand up for yourself. Do not let anyone discourage you or get you depressed. So we have
Discover
just a
themselves.
few minutes. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Olutosin. We can hear you.
Okay, so I said that I'll try, I'll help to clean my environment and surroundings and help people discover their purpose and potentials in life.
Yes. And one of the
I'll
best ways to do that is to discover our own and live it. You're so right. And let me see. Queen says, and Queen is not really Queen. Queen is, I'm trying to remember all the names, says, don't let anyone doubt you. Um, that is absolutely right. Okay, we're gonna go to 3 people, and then we have an assignment for you to do during this week before we come back next week. Up to now, we have 5 people across the screen. So we'll do these 5, and then we'll go into what your assignment is. And then we have a pledge that we're going to read together. So I'm going to take it in the order that I see it. Adebusayo, you want to share? Go ahead and unmute.
Okay, so first of all, I could like start saying daily affirmation to myself. Like every day, I'll just be like,
yes,
I'm the best, I'm good at everything, and I think that will be able to.
that is fantastic. She said daily affirmations, and we're going to talk about affirmations, and we're actually going to do a pledge that is affirming as well. That is so powerful. Yes, we've got Queen next, who is not really Queen. I'm trying to remember the name, but I'm not pulling it out right now. But go ahead, unmute and speak.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Tell me your name again, beautiful.
My name is Simisala.
Simisola. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Of course. Okay. Go ahead, Simisola. What did you want to share with us?
You should not let anyone doubt you. You should not let it. You should not let anyone reduce your self-esteem. You should let everyone know that you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're kind.
You beautiful, smart, intelligent, kind. And you know what? One of the things that all of us can do, we can tell that to other people too, right? How about you, Adela? Go ahead, unmute.
Be a more confident person. I have to know what I'm really capable of. I should know that I'm smart, I'm pretty, and I'm kind. I shouldn't care what other people say about me.
And let me tell you, there are adults who haven't even figured that out yet. How about you, Nazi? You're next. Go ahead, unmute.
Well, like you shouldn't be comparing yourself to lots of people and being too proud because sometimes you can not get any friends and be lonely if you keep being too proud and bragging on how smart or how good you are in or how fast or how this or that you are. And I think that we should always set a good example for everybody because like we're not only the only ones in this world, so we should like set best examples, like not just like our family members, our family members, our brothers, our siblings. We should also set examples to other people that we don't really know, maybe like our friends or our teachers. We should be able to set good examples
Yes.
so we can have a good life.
That is wonderful. So here's what we're going to do, because we only have a few minutes left, right? We're going to give the assignments for next week. Well, the assignment we want you guys to work on. Tell your friends to join next week. Join as many times as you can. At the end of the 4 weeks, we do have a certificate that we'll be sending out to all of you who participated. Once we finish with the formal part of the program, I will stay on for those of you who still want to talk. I'll stay on for another 15, 20 minutes because your voices are so important and I want to give you a chance to say these things. So, Adebusayo said in the chat, speak to yourself like someone you love. Wow. Begin noticing your inner dialogue. Would you say those same words to a child or a best friend? Right? So if you want to tell somebody, oh my God, you're so fat and ugly, don't say that to yourself. She says, replace I'm not enough with I'm still growing and that's okay. My goodness, keeping your environment clean starts with you. It's amazing. You all are so amazing. Okay, so here are the assignments. For those of you between ages 8 to 11, we want you to think about doing this over the next week, right? We can't make you, but we're encouraging you. We want you to create a vision board of your interests and strengths. And it can be, you can make it creative. Maybe some of you just want to write it. Some of you might make it into a song or poem, whatever works for you. You might want to draw pictures. But who am I? I want you to answer that question. Who am I? And just think about everything, right? And then you can also do this. Write a letter to your future self about what makes you special. So right now you're 8. If you can imagine, I'm now 25 years old. What letter would you want to your 25-year-old self to read from your 8-year-old self? What would you want to tell your 25-year-old self? Okay, because you are all full of hidden talents, dreams, and strengths that you may not even know yet. So we want you to figure out where you are now by doing that whole piece and of your who am I, and just start to get a better sense of who you are. Now, for those of you who are ages 12 to 14, we want you, and we already have an example of that. What Simsola shared, but also what Adebusayo shared, is learning to affirm yourself. So standing in the mirror and talking to yourself in positive words, instead of standing in the mirror and going, oh, my hair, oh, my nose, oh, my this. You're actually standing in the mirror and saying, I'm strong and I'm beautiful, I'm healthy, I'm smart. There's nothing I can't do. I have a great mind. I'm full of humor. I make people laugh. Like, what is it that you can say to yourself in the mirror to start building yourself up? My arms are strong. My body is strong. And then for those of you ages 15 through 18, we will encourage you, and Ruhema shared a little bit about this at the beginning. We will encourage you to start a self-love journal. And what we're saying is every day, write 3 things you appreciate about yourself. Every day, write 3 things you appreciate. So at this time, what I will ask is if everybody can unmute, and I know it's going to sound crazy when we do it because we're all going to read at paces, but let us say this together. I'm going to say if you can stand up. I'm going to try and stand up and see if I can move my screen. Yes. So we are going to say this pledge together. This is the Empowered Girls Pledge, right? So unmute and we're going to say this together. We're going to end with the song, and then those of you who want to stay on and continue to talk, we'll stay on for a little bit longer. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Bold.
I
I'm
am
bright. I'm bright.
I am full of purpose,
purpose.
alright.
I love
I love
myself.
myself.
My
My
words
In
words
my
are
heart,
my
I dream
heart.
like
I
kings.
rise
I
with
rise with
strength.
strength.
I rise with
I stand
stand
with
with
faith.
faith.
Fear no
No
doubt
fear, no
can
doubt
no
can take my
fear, no
place.
doubt.
only be boss. I play my name.
My name.
Born for
Born
greatness.
for
Greatness for
I
shame.
am enough. Not
Enough
to
to
be
say
greatness, not
goodbye.
for
and
shame.
joy will
And
always
joy will
Love,
be
always be
mine.
goodness,
mine.
peace and joy will always be mine.
Success and joy will take always be my life.
So we're going to do this again. And this time, what we're going to do is I'm going to say the first line and then you'll repeat it. And then I'll say the next line and then you'll repeat it. Okay. And now
Okay.
we're going to say it with all the energy, all the passion, all the power, right? Someone
Of
outside
course.
can even hear you saying it. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, I am bright.
I am bright.
I am glad.
I am bright.
My
I am
spirit
bright.
light.
Full of purpose, full of light.
Full of purpose.
Good.
I love myself. My words
Runs deep
I love
in
myself.
my
My worth
heart.
runs deep.
myself. My words runs
My
deep.
runs deep.
In my heart, my dreams I keep.
In my
In my
heart,
heart, my
my
dreams I
dreams
keep.
I keep. In my
I
heart, I
rise with
dreams I
strength,
keep.
I
I
stand with
stand with
grace.
grace.
I
I rise
rise
with
with
strength.
strength. I stand
My
with
dreams
grace.
I keep. I will rise with strength.
I
I will
rise with
stand with
strength. I
grace.
stand
No
with
fear,
grace.
no
No
doubt can
goodness,
take my
Doubt
place.
can take my
I will lift
place.
my voice and
Fear
scream
no
my voice
doubt
and
can
born
take
for
my
greatness, not
place.
for shame. I'm
I
enough to
lift
be
my
mine.
voice, I
Success and
claim
joy
my
will
name.
always be mine.
I lift my
I'm bright
voice.
and
I
full
claim
of
my
full of
name.
that I love
I'm born
myself.
for
God
greatness,
is
not
going to
for shame.
I am born
I'm
for
born.
greatness, not
I
for
am
shame.
God. I am bright. I am full of purpose.
Now I am
God, I am bright,
divine.
full of
I
purpose.
am enough. I am divine.
Success and joy will
I keep my heart strength. I stand
Success
with
and joy will always
strength.
be mine.
Success and joy will always be mine.
Success and joy will always be mine.
That's not for shame.
hear
For
our
shame.
song, and
I'm
then those
enough
of you
and
who want to stay on will stay on for a little longer.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you next
Bye.
week.
We will really see you next week.
Bye.
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 I love the song.
Yes, though. I don't know if you got the sounds going.
I can't hear the sound.
Can't hear it either. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna share my screen.
Can't see. Oh, now I